Hi friends, welcome to my channel and welcome back. I'm Jeannie and I'm so excited for today's mani because we're diving into some colors from the Lunar Love Story bundle from West Coast Dips. These shades are seriously giving all the soft romantic winter vibes. If you want a mani that looks dreamy but is still super easy to do at home, you're in the right place. I'll walk you through everything step by step, so even if you're brand new to dip powder, you can totally follow along. I did also want to mention that this bundle has 3 more dips that I don't have, so I'm subbing in Swoon. So don't feel like that you can't do this mani if you don't have the same colors. If this sounds like something you're interested in, grab your dip powders, get cozy, and let's create this easy romantic winter mani together. I'll be using my West Coast Dips dip goods, but if gel method is your preferred method, you can do that as well. If you're not familiar with gel method, check out the video I have linked above in the cards that explains this process. I'm starting with my dip base, which is the glue that adheres the dip powder to my nails. I'm applying a thin, even layer to my entire nail, avoiding getting any product on my skin. I remove most of the liquid from my brush, and I start with the brush about the midpoint of my nail and brush downwards towards my free edge and then upwards towards my cuticle area. This isn't air dry, so I have to move fairly quickly. Once I've got that applied, I'm going to dip into my dip powder. I'm starting with the color Dreamy, which is part of the Lunar Love Story bundle. This is a solid soft pink. Once I've dipped in, I'm cleaning up around my cuticle area and sidewalls. My preferred cleanup tool is a precision tool. This one is from West Coast Dips. And I want to make sure that not only am I removing excess product from my skin, that I'm also cleaning up those lines a little bit. Once that layer is completely dry, I'm going to dust off the excess powder. I did notice there was still some excess product on my skin, so I'm making sure I'm going ahead and cleaning that up. The more you clean up as you go in the dipping process, the less filing you have to do, which saves a little bit of time. So I'm making sure to clean up, and then I'm going in with my second layer. For my second layer, I'm applying a thin, even layer of that dip base to my entire nail. If I missed any spots with my first layer, I want to make sure that I'm getting it with my second layer. And for me personally, I prefer 2 layers of that color, and that's enough for me. However, if you're doing it on your natural nails or if you have longer nails and you want longevity, meaning you want to wear this mani for a couple weeks, you probably want to do more than 2 layers because you want it thicker so it doesn't crack on you, because if your layers are too thin, it can crack. So you may want to do like 3 or 4 layers depending on your preference. But regardless, I dipped into my dip powder for my second layer. I'm cleaning up around my cuticle area and sidewalls, and once that's completely dry, I'm going to dust off the excess powder. And then we're going to move on to my next color, which is Heart of Luna. This is not only a thermal, but it is also a glow. So this one is a really fun one. So I'm just going to remove that protective layer from the jar, and because it is a glow, I'm going to stir it really well before I dip into it. Because glow pigments are heavier, they tend to sink. So I always like to make sure that I'm mixing up the powder really well so that I can get the maximum amount of glow of my dip powders. Heart of Luna is going to go on my thumb and pinky, and I'm starting with my thumb first because my dip base is an air dry. I need to do 1 finger at a time. So I'm applying a thin, even layer of dip base to my entire nail. Once I have it applied to my nail, I'm going to go ahead and dip into my powder. The one thing I also wanted to mention is because this is a thermal, meaning it changes with temperature. So when it's hot, it's pink, and then when it's cold, it's that purple. So right now it's in the cold state. But thermal pigments, they do tend to be a bit thicker. So this isn't a super thick dip powder, but it is a little bit thicker than like Dreamy, which I used on my index finger. But it's really easy to use. Don't worry about the thickness of it. That's completely normal for a thermal dip powder. Sometimes even glow pigments can be a little bit thicker as well. But regardless, I went ahead and did my pinky as well while my thumb was drying, cleaning up around my cuticle area and sidewalls. Once those 2 fingers are dry, I'm going to dust off the excess powder, and then I'll go in with my second layer. And I'm not sure how much you can tell in this video, but as I'm applying my dip base, the color is already starting to change. So at my nail bed area, it's starting to turn a little bit pinker. It gets pinker than this, but it is starting to change because of the body heat of my nail bed. So usually at your free edge area where it extends past your nail bed, it's going to be that cold color. So that's where I have the purple. But at the nail bed area where it's my body heat, it's going to turn that pink color. So I always think thermals are so much fun to watch that color change depending on like the change in temperature for the purposes of like pictures. I usually use like a cup of hot water and then a cup of ice water so I can show that transition because I really want to show that transition. And sometimes, especially like right now, it's wintertime, it's colder, so it was constantly in like purple cold state. So I had to kind of force that temperature change. But naturally, throughout the day, as you're going from like heat to outside, things like that, you'll start to see that change. It's just always so much fun. And I will say, I forgot this was a glow. So after I did this mani and I went to bed, I was really surprised when I saw my nails starting to glow. Which reminds me, I completely forgot to take a picture of my glowing nails and I already took this set off. So maybe I'll try to take a picture of the glowing jar and I'll post a picture of that at the end of this video. But anyway, after I finish with my second layer, I'm dusting off the excess powder, and then we're going to move on to my next color on my middle finger, which is Swoon. Swoon is not part of the bundle. However, Silver Swoon is part of the bundle, and I didn't have that, and I really wanted to use one of the Swoon colors, so that's why I decided to use Swoon. So Silver Swoon has silver heart glitters and silver smaller hex glitters. Swoon, the one I'm using right now, has rose gold. So either way, it's really gorgeous. And I think it worked really well with the set. I really love the Swoon collections. I believe they're all being re-released, but there's so many different colors. There's like purple Swoon, blue Swoon. I think there might gold Swoon, and I think there may be some other colors as well. And then opposite of that, there's also the Lust collection. So they're on a black base with those same colored glitters. And then these Swoon collections, I should also mention, are on a milky white base. So I am wearing full coverage tips. So they do have that slight hint of pink to them. So this is looking pinker than it normally would if you're doing like your natural nails or clear tips. So it's going to look pinker than it actually is. Just note that this is actually a milky white base. And because it's milky white, that's why you see that pink popping through because it's not completely opaque. This isn't a super chunky glitter, but I did also want to make sure that for my first layer, I didn't have any heart glitters on because they're just going to be covered up with my second layer. So after I go in with my second layer, you can see I have two of those heart glitters. I'm going to leave those on because this is going to be my final layer. So I'm pressing down, just making sure that those glitters are laying flat. I cleaned up around my cuticle area and sidewalls, and now I'm going to dust off the excess powder. So you can see the dry time of the dip base. It's about a medium dry time. I did want more of those heart glitters though. So I'm going to pour out a little bit of that powder into the lid of my jar just to make it easier to pick up those glitter pieces and pick that out. So for the glitter placement, I'm going to apply another thin, even layer of dip base to my entire nail. And I'm leaving this real time so you can see the amount of time I have to do that glitter placement. Once I have that dip base on my nail, I'm dipping my precision tool into the wet dip base, and I'm going to pick up little individual pieces of glitter one by one and place them on the nail. And I really find that working with glitter shapes, it's better to do a little bit of glitter placement, and that way you have them where you want and they're not like overlapping, looking too cluttered. And you can do as little or as many as you want, but I just wanted a few more of those glitter hearts and those glitter hex pieces just to make the nail a little bit fuller. So I'm going to go ahead and let that dry. And then I'm going to move on to my last color, which is part of the bundle. This is Luna's Spark, and it is such a beautiful purple glitter. I think it actually might be a reflective glitter because I feel like it was twinkling a little bit under my filming lights, but it is so beautiful. I absolutely love this bundle. It's just like so soft and romantic with like the pinks and purples. And then I really wish I would have had Silver Swoon because I think it would have looked so gorgeous with this. The other Swoon that's part of it, it's actually called Swoon, it's called Admirer, and it's very similar to the Swoon line. However, the Swoons are really one color, where Admirer has both white and pink heart glitters, and it also has some larger hex glitter pieces in there as well. So it's a little bit different, but it goes really well with like the whole Admirer line. And also, I think I forgot to mention, or did I mention it? Well, if I forgot to mention, just in case. So this bundle is the January monthly muse for West Coast dips. And what that means is these colors, I believe, are 40% off for the month of June. So if you love any of these colors, make sure to pick them up while they're on sale. It's a really great deal. Once I finish with all my nails, I'm going to go ahead and cap them in clear using Crystal Clear. This is especially important for my glitter nails because I will be doing a little bit of filing and buffing, and you don't want to file and buff directly on top of your glitters because it'll make your glitters look dull and it'll also file off the color, which you don't want to happen. It's not as important for your solid nails, but I prefer to do it because not only does it add an extra layer of strength as that third layer of dip powder, it also protects the color pigments because sometimes when you file and buff over a color, if you remove some of that pigment, it may look splotchy. So it's just like an extra added layer of protection. But once that's completely dry, I'm taking a stiff scrub brush and I'm scrubbing off that excess clear powder. Just dusting off with a soft brush isn't enough. I like to scrub to make sure that excess powder is removed, and that helps prevent any graininess or cloudiness from the clear dip powder to make sure that your nails are as clear as possible. Next, I'm going to apply activator to all my nails. Activator is what hardens and cures your dip powder. I want to make sure that I'm applying a generous amount of activator to all my nails. I do go a little bit ham because I want to make sure that it's penetrating through all three layers of dip powder, because if it's not fully hardened when I go to file and buff, it's going to come off in chunks and sort of crumble. So I'd have to redo the nail, which I want to avoid. So that's why I do a couple extra passes of activator. You'll know it's ready, which is about 2 minutes, because when you tap the nail, it's going to make like a hollow tapping type noise. So I went ahead and filed and buffed off camera. Here's how my mani's looking. So now we're going to get into my favorite part of the mani, which is dip top coat. So in order for your dip top coat to dry, it does need a layer of activator. This time I'm only going to do one thin layer of activator to all my nails because I'm not going to do any filing and buffing. I just need it to dry my dip top coat. So after I apply the activator to all my nails, I'm going to wait a full 2 minutes for my activator to dry, and then I'm going to go in with my first layer of top coat. For my first layer, I'm applying it in 2 to 3 swipes on each nail. I want to be fairly quick about it. In between each nail, I'm wiping my brush on that paper towel to remove any excess activator to prevent contamination. Once I'm done with my fifth nail, I'm ready to go in with my second layer. You always need 2 layers of dip top coat. I know when it's ready because my first layer starts looking a little dull and wrinkly. For my second layer, I can take my time, take a couple extra passes. I also want to make sure that I'm capping my free edge, which helps with the longevity of your mani. And out of habit, I still like to wipe my brush on the paper towel in between each nail before returning the brush to the bottle. Really, you don't have to for the second layer. It's the first layer that's really important because that's when your brush is coming in direct contact with the activator on your nails. So you want to make sure that you're wiping off any excess activator. But I like to do it just to be safe, and it's a good habit to do. So after my dip top coat is completely dry, which is about 2 to 3 minutes, it's fairly quickly, I'm going to finish off my mani by rehydrating my cuticles with my Scales of a Mermaid cuticle oil. This is my newest favorite scent that I cannot stop using. This is Cherie Cherie. Apologies if I just butchered that pronunciation. I took Spanish in high school and college. I never took French, so I don't even know if I pronounced that correctly. But either way, I love this scent. I even bought it in the Ultra Moisture body oil, and I use it after every shower because it's just like a sugared berry type scent. It's not overly sweet. It's just like that really great balance that I absolutely love. If you do plan to do any shopping at Scales of a Mermaid, I do have an affiliate code. So you can always use code Genie10 on your orders to save 10% off your orders, and it helps support me in this channel. So that pretty much wraps up today's video, and I think this is my new favorite monthly muse from West Coast Dips. This color story is right up my alley, and I absolutely love the hearts. So if you're still here, drop me any heart emoji down below in the comments. I hope this video is helpful and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'd appreciate if you gave this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue creating content like this, and it also helps YouTube recommend me to others, which helps grow my channel. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I upload content every Monday and Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.